All right, we're doing our final YouTube and leaving Lavacolla, going towards Santiago. As we go through, that's our first sighting from on top of a hill. You see the Santiago in the back.
And we're now entering the actual city of Santiago de Compostela. And there is our second glimpse of the chapel, this time from inside. Here's some of the buildings along the way.
And you can't tell, but there's pilgrims going down this street as we're entering towards the chapel. And this is one of the final things. There was a hallway with a bagpipe player, and now this is us at the square. One of the other things that was amazing is as we were walking down that road, people started clapping, and it made me cry because we were so close to the end. And
this is one of our families.
And this is another one. This is a Norte family, the one we started the trip with. And then from there, we went into the Primitivo section, and our family expanded to a lot more. And we were so excited to meet them. It was really exciting sitting in the square, seeing each one come in and just recognizing them. And while we were in Santiago, we stayed at a seminary, which had these mazes in front of the seminary.
And beautiful artwork and fountains all over the city. It's quite a city.
And we did go to the service where they did the famous incense swinging, which we don't have pictures of here, but we do have a video. And this is St. James, where you could go behind and hug him. And that was Santiago. And now we're moving on to the next part of our pilgrimage to Finistere and Murcia. And as we're walking along, we saw these old ruins of past, like they were like compounds. And then the residents decorated their porch for the pilgrims going through. And it was beautiful, tree-lined trip for most of it, and then it got hot and sunny, so we decided to stop at this little restaurant honoring pilgrims through the artwork on this wall as we entered this little cafe along the way. And it was at this point where we made a decision
that we were done. We're hanging up our packs and shoes and becoming tourists, not pilgrims.
And this is the view from our hotel in Finistere. And Finistere is considered the end of the world because it's supposed to be the westernmost point of Europe, but it's actually the westernmost point of Spain. And it's this little seaside village, and it's just a charming little village. And this is one of the statues that we saw throughout the Camino. And on one side it has a crucifix, and I'll explain the other. And we went to watch a sunset in Finistere, and of course the sunset's cut off.
Yeah, typical.
And we spent the day at the beach and made fun little things out of the shells. Now, this is what I was mentioning on these crucifixes. On the front side is Jesus, on the back side is Mother Mary. And it's to designate that she is with us at all times, even when our times are hardest, as she was with Christ.
More old churches, and this is in Finistere, going to the end of the world, and there it is.
There it is, and we went there to watch the sunset. Now, mind you, the sunset here is at 10 at night. So here we are up on the cliffs and admiring the lighthouse at the end, and we actually sat around the back to the right of this to see this beautiful sunset.
It's quite amazing.
And along the way, we took pictures of people. This is on our way down, and now we are in Murcia, which was our final destination. Murcia is where the St. James Way ends, and it's a historic spiritual center. And it's known for these two rocks, which actually have nothing to do with pilgrimage.
Yes.
But the chapel does. And the chapel was beautiful, and it's right on the coast, as you'll see in a minute. And there's the lighthouse here. And there's the coast here with the rough ocean. And
there's the split rocks that are from...
honoring the support for the oil spill that happened in the early 2000s. And this is the view again from that area, and our final view of both the rocks and the church.
Right at the end of the point.
Right at the end of the point. And our last day yesterday here in Murcia, we walked down to this beach, and Dale is in the very, very far corner, sitting at the beach. So that ends our trip, and we'll update more videos later, show some of the in-between. But just wanted to show you our ending, and we are heading back to Santiago and then to spend 2 days in Madrid and then home.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.